threatening, none so filled with the potential for helping as well as hurting, blessing as well as cursing, shaping as well as destroying. And for this reason, marriage should never be entered into lightly without a deep sense of reverence and commitment. In the biblical sense, two people who marry become one flesh, one corporate person, for better or worse the rest of their lives. Now, this does not mean that a person loses their individuality or uniqueness, but it does mean that their souls may sometimes be at odds, pulling and straining against one another, but the conflicts still occur in the spiritual sense within a single flesh. And that's why quarreling and disagreement within the marriage body can be so painful. It's like quarreling with oneself, with another aspect of one's own life. It's also why there is no joy quite like the joy of a married couple who have grown accustomed to each other, where they have deepened each other's capacity to experience everything, including the delights of a life fully lived. We've gathered here this afternoon to witness the official moment of marriage between Chris and Lori, and to celebrate their union in this time of fellowship. And by fellowship, I also mean family time. For what you do here today will long affect both families in which, in essence, are being united. But perhaps even more important to remember is this. Both families have engendered in the two of you certain gifts and talents, certain ways of thinking and doing. They've instilled in you a spirit or desire to survive and achieve, passion to experience and love life. Know this. Much of what you bring into this marriage relationship, much of who you are as persons, has been passed to you through the generations by biology, as well as by what your families have taught you as the years have passed. Your siblings, parents, grandparents, extended family have all given you something with which to make you who you are today. And whether you realize it or not, your personality, the ways that you respond to life, have been greatly affected by what you have received from your family. But I would also add, be aware and beware of the dark side of what you have received. And know that you have the power within you to recognize and change that which is unnecessary or even destructive. Now, this is a family occasion, but it's also a spiritual one, because marriage since biblical times has had its roots in faith and tradition. Therefore, what we do here is done not only before these families and friends, but also before the Creator of life, whose witness to these moments will seal them long after the rest of us have passed from this earthly scene. So, in the spirit of family and faith, I ask this question: who presents this woman to be married to this man? May I have the rings, please? As tokens of your marriage covenant, you have chosen two wedding rings. These rings are an outward and visible sign of an inward and spiritual bond which ties two hearts in endless love. And as these rings are circular in shape, and therefore have no beginning and no end, so let them be a symbol of a love that knows no bounds. Chris, will you take this ring and place it upon Lori's ring finger, and holding it there, will you repeat after me? I, Chris, take you, Lori, as my dear and lawful wife.
I, Chris,
I commit myself to you as your faithful husband,
commit myself to you as your faithful husband,
to honor you as a person,
to honor you as a person,
to love you as my companion,
to love you as my companion,
and to cherish you as a child of God. I intend the love I have for you now
I intend the love I have for you now
to be only the beginning of the love
to be only the beginning of the love
I will come to have as years go by.
I will come to have as years go by.
I look forward to sharing my life with you,
I look forward to sharing my life with you,
confiding you and journey with you.
confiding you and journey
From this day forth,
from this day forward.
whatever the conditions of our lives
Whatever the conditions of our lives
or of the world around us,
or of the world around us,
so help me God. Now, Lori, will you take this ring, place it upon Chris's ring finger? Holding it there, will you repeat after me? I, Lori, take you, Chris, as my dear and lawful husband. I commit myself to you as your faithful wife, to honor you as a person, to love you as my companion, and to cherish you as a child of God. I intend the love I have for you now to be only the beginning of the love I will come to have as years go by. I look forward to sharing my life with you, confiding you and journey with you. From this day forth, whatever the conditions of our lives or the world around us, so help me God. For as much as Chris and Lori have consented to be joined in holy matrimony and have witnessed the same before God in this company, and they, having pledged their faith to each other, and having declared the same by joining hands and by giving and receiving rings, I therefore, by the authority granted to me as a minister of the Lord Jesus Christ, and of the great state of North Carolina, pronounce that they are husband and wife together. Those whom God has joined together, let no one put asunder. Let us unite our hearts in prayer. Eternal God, creator and preserver of all humankind, giver of all spiritual grace, and the author of life everlasting, let your blessings descend and rest on Chris and Lori today. Bless this marriage and make it to them the source of abundant and enduring good. Grant them a special quality of happiness as they establish a new home, build a new family, and support one another. Look graciously upon them that they may love, honor, and cherish each other, and so live together in faithfulness and patience, and in wisdom and true godliness. May their home be a haven of blessing and a place of peace. Amen. Well, Chris, I got one last question to ask you. Would you like to kiss the bride? Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor for me to present to you Mr. and Mrs. Chris and Lori Nichols.